And into the north we go.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to your favorite podcast, Into the North. As always, it's your boy Don the Jula, and out there in Winnipeg, Manitoba, it's Corey Chan. What's going on, Chantastic?
What's going on, brother? How you doing?
Feeling good, feeling good, and welcoming back to the show. He's our dear friend. He is the only Giants fan I know who is actually proud to say it out loud, I think. It's our boy Cundo. Welcome back to the show. What's going on, brother?
What's going on, man? What's going on, man?
Going
Good.
on,
Thanks for
Cundo?
having me back. Thanks for having me back.
Hell yeah.
For
Good
sure.
good
For
time to
sure.
be a
Nice to
Giants
have you
fan.
back. It
I love
is.
it.
Look
Love
at
It
you.
is.
Look
Love
at
it.
you.
Jeez.
Well, we brought
And
Kundo on for a very specific reason. This is our Grey Cup preview show. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise. The title fight in the CFL every year.
yes.
The biggest stage of them all. The theater of dreams. The brightest of lights. It is the Grey Cup. Are you guys
It
stoked
is.
or what? How are you guys feeling about it?
I'm pumped.
It's gonna be a big game. You know, honestly, like you got the two best teams. That's really what it comes down to. You got the two
Legit.
best teams.
Yep.
You got Winnipeg. You got Toronto. The
They,
West was
they both hosted the
extremely
championship game. They both won, not easily, but they both won those
yeah
games.
Yeah.
They
yeah.
stomped
They
them.
were good. They were good games, man.
Yeah.
For sure. Very exciting.
That's what you want to
I
see,
mean,
right? The two best guys going at it.
Legit.
absolutely. I
Yep.
wouldn't want it any different. You know, obviously, my heart's telling me I'd love to have the Owls there, but they clearly overachieved most of the season, and
Yes.
they just really didn't have the team to, get it to the finals. But you know what? The two best teams are there. I have a prediction. He has a prediction. We'll see where we go with that.
Exactly. We're just
For
getting into
sure.
this.
For
I think
sure.
this is going to be the first deep dive CFL we've done.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Mhm.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely. Yep.
absolutely.
This
Now,
is it.
now, we've been wanting to talk CFL for a while, but I'm going to take the blame for this. I'm a stickler. I love the CFL, in my soul, but I have very harsh criticisms of the league and its quality. So I'm a bit of a poo-pooer when it comes to talking CFL, but it's the biggest game we got. So I'm going to sit in, and you guys are going to tear me from a non-believer into a true supporter of the league. And I can't wait to hear it.
Well, let's go then.
Yeah.
All right,
Let's
man.
go. Let's
So,
go.
All right.
was there any doubt? Was there any doubt that it would be these two teams, like from preseason?
I
Of course, we're talking about the
believe-
Winnipeg Blue Bombers and the Toronto Argonauts. For those who
I-
aren't
I- Okay. Like
up to speed,
I was rooting for the Owls. I'm not gonna lie, I really was. But I just knew Toronto with the healthy team, which they brought, like a lot of their main injured players were back. I just knew their defense was killer.
for this
and
game, or you're saying from the beginning of the year you knew that Toronto
For-
was going to be the force in the East?
No. Well, I knew they were gonna be top two for sure because I from seeing them play the season before and then watching them play this year and some of the key players they got, man, I just knew they were going to be strong, and I knew their defense was pretty damn good. Like their defensive line's pretty solid, and they proved that the last game they just played for the Eastern Final there.
Mhm.
I mean,
know
it was
the quarterback is Bethel something.
Thompson.
Okay, exactly.
Yeah, yeah,
That's a name that's hard to miss.
yeah. He actually has the most passing yards this season right
This
now.
year?
Yeah, in the season he leads the league. Mhm.
Well, it's kind of easy to do that when you have Speedy B on your team.
You know what's crazy? He's been out most of the season, dude.
Well, I mean, when he's there though, he gets the ball. I can tell you that right now.
And to be honest,
By Speedy B, you're talking about Brandon Banks.
yes, bro.
Yeah.
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 Former member of my dearly beloved name changed Washington Redskins, may I add.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't know
He
that.
used to return kicks,
Mm.
and
Yeah.
he played some wideout.
Nice,
Mhm.
nice.
But
Yeah, he's
I'm
not.
gonna ask you something, Corey. You know, you said you thought maybe Toronto was gonna run away with this. I think you really wanted the Owls. You really believed in Vernon Adams. You thought Adams
I
was your
did.
boy. Game
I
one,
did.
if he did not get injured, that was your boy. He was winning. He was going all the way. I mean, Montreal picked up two receivers in the draft.
Mhm.
They had stand back in the backfield.
Which
They
fucking
they looked dynamite. They had
they
a
look.
team
Oh man,
that could
hell
have
yeah.
possibly won that division.
Yep. I
Defense
definitely.
was defense was not there. Defense was horrible.
And we proved that last game, the Eastern Final. They were non-existent. Open receivers everywhere.
Oh yeah,
everywhere.
absolutely, absolutely.
The backfield was trash, man. Trash.
But you know what?
What do you
gonna tell
think it was?
Harris.
What do you think it was? Do you think it's just personnel, or do you think it was,
I
poor
just think the
scheme?
weapons Toronto has just can outplay Montreal's fucking back D, man. Like their D backs didn't stand a chance, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Or their safety.
I always found it absurd that you could hit the line running in the CFL. Like, come on, man. Like, it's hard enough to be a DB.
Everybody can move before the ball is snapped, bro.
That's tough.
It's confusing as fuck.
It's cool.
It makes shit really confusing.
Don't get it twisted.
It really
it's
does.
super cool, but
I don't mind it.
You can't play bump and run. You got to try to time them when they get to the line.
Yeah. Yep.
It's not easy. We talk like it's an easy thing, but it's probably
not
very, very difficult.
Oh, of course not.
It's not.
Look, I like to make the joke that the CFL is a beer league, but yo, these guys are NCAA Division I athletes. These guys have trained their entire lives. Like,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
There is still a level of athleticism in this league that it's hard to match in other places.
So this is what I'm happy you brought that up, Cundo, because there's something I want to bring up that caught my ear this week, and I was listening to the Team 690, and they were talking about how much money each team has to spend.
In the
and
CFL?
They have $5 million. Yeah, they have $5 million per team to spend on their players, on their roster.
It's like
That's not a lot of money.
5.4 mil.
And the roster size is pretty big.
Yeah. So what I would think is that you would want investors to probably invest into the product so that the more players from the U.S. would come up to it, come play in the CFL, and they'll get paid a little bit more, and fans will come out and see a product. So let me ask you a question. And I was thinking about this all day. I wanted to see what your answers would be. Do you think the CFL is bigger than the MLS in Canada?
Nope, no shot.
No.
Not in the States. I'm not talking about MLS in the States. I'm talking about Montreal Impact, Vancouver Whitecaps, and Toronto FC versus Saskatchewan, Winnipeg, Calgary, BC.
Well,
MLS is huge.
Hold on.
I'll tell you what.
I'm talking about on a fan standpoint. I'm not talking about on who makes more money or how much money is invested.
Okay. Sorry. Yes, I'm looking at it a little different here. Sorry. As a whole product, well, let's just say like how many actual there is more teams, so that definitely helps when it comes to the CFL, right? That definitely helps that there's more teams like
in Canada.
the league,
yes, in Canada.
Right? So I mean, the product is definitely, I think, more observed in every province that has a team compared to, like, for instance, I don't think Saskatchewan gives a fuck about any three of those soccer teams, bro. I don't think Alberta gives a fuck about any three of those.
Saskatchewan loves football first, last, and always.
Yeah, and hockey. Big hockey province. Huge, buddy. The most Canadians to make the NHL come out of Saskatchewan.
Really?
Like their hockey program. Their hockey
Ontario,
program produces Saskatchewan's hockey program produces the most NHLers.
So a little insider, my cousin Wes played for the Notre Dame Hounds. It's a prep school out there in Saskatchewan. So if
didn't your brother-in-law play football out in Saskatchewan?
Well, yeah, and then my brother-in-law Jay, he played for the University of Regina. Go Rams!
Yeah, huge fucking football university town.
And both of them. Well, I mean, I can't speak to Wes in hockey because he was a teenager. But Jay was in university out there, and he said that town goes nuts for football. It's a quiet ass town, but.
So to come back to my point, what I wanted to get at with this was.
So can I speak on the MLS?
What I wanted to say really quickly was, why is it that, we could put a product on the field for soccer, but we can't put a product on the field for football?
More people care. More people care.
For soccer?
Yes, more. If you want to talk about just inside of Canada.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to put anybody in any boxes, but we have a very deep Latino community here in Canada, from sea to shining sea, and they love soccer.
We have every community, bro, that loves soccer in Canada.
But I'm saying
everything.
We have a massive Latino community. We have communities all over the country that it's soccer. They love soccer.
Like, dude, I got a tier 2 soccer team here, man. You know what I mean? And they bring in fans. Like,
so the thing why I was thinking about this as well too was because for example, the Impact.
Mhm.
I mean, I used to go to every single game.
Mhm.
The fans would only go when there's a product. So when Drogba was there, Piatti was there, people would show up. But then when those guys left, the fans were never showing up. It was like half stadium baby full because they realized that there's no product. So my point when I want to get back to the NFL was if they put more money into it, let's say the salary cap could be $10 million now, you could bring up better talent. People will show up to watch the talent.
Yeah.
That's the problem. There isn't enough money to go around for that.
I think
Like,
that sorry, go ahead, Corey.
The owners have the money, I think. It's just they don't want to do it.
You know what, bro? The Bombers are owned by us, the city. Like us people, us fans own the Bombers. Like it's
But
not.
that's what I'm saying. So why
It's
can't
not ticket sales.
why can't-
Ticket sales are what fucking keep our Bombers afloat. And like,
so why can't McDonald's invest? Why can't Canadian Tire? Why
because
can't,
the product. Because the product.
Maybe
the
they already
product
do.
Isn't, yeah, that's true though. But it all depends on what's in the concessions. That's how you know who's really sponsoring, or the fucking ads you see along the sidelines, right? Like, I mean, the Bombers are probably one of the most profitable like teams in the league, next to like Regina. Like they're the two most craziest fucking football cities in Canada you've ever been to.
Because you love your football.
Straight up. Like, don't get me wrong, the Hammers great too. Hamilton, they're great, but their stadium's nothing like those two. Like nothing like the Bombers and Regina Stadium. Like it's crazy. It's crazy. But I mean, it's just this season's been nice because like it's nice to see the fans coming back to BC, man, because BC's got a fucking product now, man. Like an actual fucking like an actual team that could compete, man. Like the fans are actually coming back.
Lost
now,
by
man.
6 points in the West Final, right? They lost to the number one team in the entire league. So.
And you know what made that story great too is that kid is fucking Canadian, man. That quarterback kid, Canada, is Canadian. Nathan Work is something else, man. That's all I gotta say.
He may not be there next year, so then
I know.
BC won't have a product anymore.
We'll see. Hey, don't worry. They got my boy Vernon Adams, bro, and he was doing good before Rourke got back.
So this is me being poo-pooey again. So I said when you guys were going off because he had 2 good games at the beginning of a season that he was going straight to the NFL, and I said he has a what I say is 0% chance.
You said 11.
No, I said 0, and then after a couple more weeks when he was getting good, I bumped it up
5.
to 11.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And then the 5th week he got hurt. He was throwing for over 400 yards every fucking game. If he didn't get hurt, he would have probably had insane numbers.
Likely.
Like insane.
Likely.
Like insane.
Yeah.
Like it like.
But so what do you got? What do you guys think? What's your percentage of him getting an NFL job?
I say he'll be a backup. I don't think he'll ever get a starting position. If a quarterback gets injured, he'll go in, but I don't think he'll have an NFL starting job. I think he'll have an opportunity to be a backup.
This is how I see it. Like, if one day you're fucking bagging groceries and the next day you're throwing touchdowns in the NFL, anyone stands a chance.
Kurt Warner.
If you play football, like
Kurt Warner was literally.
I'm just saying, man. This kid Rourke has got a fucking arm and he scrambles.
Mm-hmm. I have.
So does everybody else in the NFL.
Yeah. I think he's better than a couple quarterbacks that are probably playing in the NFL right now. I don't give a fuck what you think.
Maybe.
Like there's a couple teams that could use a kid like that.
Sure.
And it just takes that one fucking chance. You know what I mean? Shit. That's all it takes. I mean, he played college ball for Ohio State, man.
No, Ohio.
Like, I mean, sorry, Ohio. Sorry, not Ohio State. Yes, sorry,
Ohio State is a different sort of.
Yes, sorry, my bad. My bad. Yeah, totally different.
So
yes.
look,
and he had great numbers there.
Right,
I mean, he knows the game, man.
Let me plead my case before you both start yelling at me.
Okay.
Is he talented? Yes. Am I cheering for him? Absolutely. Is having a Canadian kid in a better spot better for the league and every Canadian product football wise? Absolutely. Do I think it's likely he ends up playing on an NFL team? I don't think so. But the sample size is tiny.
Yeah, it is.
You know,
the
CFL is pro ball, but it is not that pro ball, right? So he's doing really good here. Maybe he's going to be great. Maybe he knows how to just see defenses and sling the ball, and he's going to be a world-class talent. I hope he does. I hope he wins 50 rings.
Grant, I think.
But if we're gonna see the likelihood,
a better QB than any QB you got right now, bro.
No, Tyler Heineke smokes him. Carson Wentz was the number 1 pick in the draft 6 years ago. Who's our third stringer? The guy who played in North Carolina.
6.
Anyways,
I'm almost sure.
Anyways.
Keep going.
The point is this: there are so many older quarterbacks on their way out of the league and new. I'm not talking about first round talents. I'm just talking about talents in general coming into the league. It's going to be tough. So I stand pat at 11%.
Cool, man. Cool. I'm not going to hate on you for it.
Now,
I'm not going to hate on you.
He still hasn't signed a contract with any NFL team, so he might even be 0%. I mean, it's just right now he's getting scouted, and there's a couple of teams that are interested in giving him a tryout, and I think that's what he's going to get. And maybe he'll just fall in the lap on a team that can use him as a backup. You know, like
who knows?
What do you think his best performance of the season was? Was it in the West Final?
Any first 5 games.
His first 3 games, throwing over 400 or 500 yards until he got injured, and then he came back. And then, but I don't know. See, that's what's kind of like bugging me a little bit. Since his injury, he hasn't been the same player, and he's still that injury's still nagging. Actually.
I have no doubt that he rushed back. 1,000,000% he rushed back.
He threw for over 380 yards in the last game though, Derek. So that's not bad.
Because he didn't have a choice.
It's not bad. But that's what he always does, though. That's what he does, though. He's a gunslinger, man. And he was missing one of his star receivers, too, man.
Yeah.
Lucky Whitehead is a beast, man.
Yo, G-Roy Simon.
Yo. He's like head office somewhere, I think, or some shit.
Yo, we got to come back, not tonight, but we'll come back on another episode, and we'll do our all-CFL team.
Oh, fuck. Grant, name one CFL player besides the people we just mentioned.
Uzuma Okeke. He used to play line for the Owls back in the day. Also played for the Bears. What?
Oh my god.
I could probably find 5 Redskins who play in the CFL. Commanders.
Yeah.
Football teamers.
Yeah, Commanders. Yeah. What was that? Cundo?
Who do you have for your pick for CFL? The winner
for Grey Cup?
If you choose Toronto over Winnipeg, the city will never forgive you.
I'm gonna go. If our quarterback is healthy, if that ankle isn't fucked up, like I know he didn't practice today, so that's kind of iffy. But I mean, they're probably just resting him. If that ankle ain't healthy, they're gonna struggle. They will struggle. They'll have to try to protect them because that fucking line of Toronto's is coming. It's gonna be a fucking exciting football game. Let me tell you. Like, it's going to be good, man. It's going to be, like, fuck. First off, the last game between the Bombers and BC that first half of football was mind-blowing. So much shit happened. It was crazy. Like, it was fucking nuts.
So what happened?
Like,
I was watching the Minnesota-Buffalo game, which we could discuss at another time, but...
So, hold up. So, like
I knew you guys were on it. I knew there's no way you guys were
me and Cundo were back and forth the whole game, man. Just, like, fucking, like, holy fuck. Yeah. But we're even watching the Alouettes game, too. I mean... I don't know, man. If that quarterback's good, it's, you know what? I'm going to say Bombers got more fucking weapons, dude. I really think the Bombers defense is better. I think the Bombers got it. If Caleros is the guy starting, which I don't think there's going to be anything to keep him from not starting. Like, fuck, the Bombers got it, man. They're going for a 3-peat, bro. Like, they're doing it. Like, I think they're doing it, bro.
What do you think, Cundo? 3-peat? Really? They're on a 3-peat?
Yeah, bro.
Excuse me.
I think this is the first dynasty since fucking what? I don't even know what last team ever did that, man. In the CFL.
The Owls have such a janky dynasty. It's like 4 World Cups, 4 Grey Cups, but they went to the finals like 8 or 9 times in that process.
Yeah,
yeah. And like the Grey Cups are, I don't know if they ever went back to back, but they're like in different chunks. Like,
yeah, it's not. Yeah, I think it is different chunks. You're right.
Still a dynasty. Cundo,
let's go.
It hurts me to say this. It does give me goosebumps. Not gonna lie. I gotta go. I have to go Toronto.
Oh.
I just think that you want to know the kind of game that Toronto's gonna play. They're gonna play the Belichick style, where they're gonna control the game. Andrew Harris is gonna run for 150 yards, maybe more, maybe 200, and he's gonna have like 40 carries. He's literally going to be getting the ball, and they're just going to control that clock. Like, Winnipeg's not going to be on the field. They're going to run down that defense. The defense is going to get tired, and then they won't. The second half, it won't even be. I think the game's going to. Actually, you know what? The game's going to end 21-10.
I want you to bring
They're gonna.
I want you to bring the stats up of defense comparable because I'll tell you right now, man.
Oh
I
no,
don't
Winnipeg's got a crazy good defense. But my point
I
is that Andrew Harris, the
But
way
they're
he
gonna
ran
be on
that
the
ball
field
last
all
week,
day.
Harris exact. But that's what I'm saying. So if they're on the field all day, they're going to be one tired team. And I
okay,
think that's the only, and I think that's the way they're going to have to play because they're not going to win in the passing game. They're not. They're going to have to run, pound that ball, and keep them on the field. And I think that's the way Toronto's going to play that game.
okay, so Toronto's got a deadly quarterback, but again, I do believe that the Bombers have better D backs to D
But
up against.
defensive backs agreed because that's what I'm saying is they're not going to
But
pass
like
the ball. They're gonna run that ball, man.
you know what though? But Derek, did you not notice that the Bombers running back too ran for 130 fucking yards last game, dude?
Oh,
130 fucking yards, bro.
I'm not doubting
this.
that. I'm not saying
I think this game is gonna be fucking really close, a really close fucking game. And watch, just because it's Canadian football, a fucking Rouge will win it.
I'd love to see that. We got to get back to our sports are weird segments.
Oh fuck!
The Rouge.
You missed the field goal, but you went through the end zone. You get a point for a nice try. Nice try.
How fucking Canadian is that, eh? Oh, don't feel bad there, by
kick it through the end zone. Kick it through the end zone. You get a point. It's fucking wild.
I mean, well, you kicked it all the way over there. Give him a point. Like, it's not 3, but
I don't know. Whatever.
The Rouge
Sports
is so
are weird.
corny.
We'll have to talk about it. We'll have to talk about it another time for sure.
So
for sure.
I don't know. I don't want to cheer for Toronto ever for any reason. So I won't. I'm going to take the Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Zach Collaros is supposed to be the best quarterback in the last forever, right? Since Levi, right? Since Levi fell off, it's been Collaros.
Yeah, and Collaros got a second wind with Winnipeg after getting traded. If Winnipeg took a chance, though, they thought this guy, like everyone in the league thought this guy was a Band-Aid, man. Like he was getting his head rocked, and he fucking he's just been playing some fucking awesome best ball he's played his whole career, man.
All right, so
like crazy.
All right, yeah. I don't know. I'm a big fan of cheering for the top dogs, right? Like I'll cheer for greatness. If you're the best in the world, I want to see you be the best for as long as you can and set the bar as high as humanly possible for the next guy to go after the bar, right? I in a lot of ways I cheer for that over specific like players or teams. You know what I mean? I'm not a Tom Brady fan, but fuck it, get another ring. Like let's go. Like why not?
Like
I have if
like
Collaros is the man, and this is gonna be a 3-peat and set, a piece of history in the CFL, fuck it. And maybe if it's Bethel Johnson's time, well then it will be, and it's gonna be a hell of a slugfest on Sunday.
I think it is, man. I think it's gonna be a pretty damn fucking great game. Like it's gonna be high defense, though. I think Derek's right about low score. I don't think it's gonna be super high. I think it's gonna be some hard nosed tackle football, though. Hey, Cundo, what you think?
And another thing that we didn't talk about, it's going to come down to the weather. We don't even know what the weather's going to be like. I mean, is it going to be nice? Is it going to be like freaking 20 centimeters of snow on the floor?
I'll tell you right now, man. I'll tell you right now.
Hey, who would your dream Grey Cup halftime show be?
What?
Pick a Canadian act. What would your dream Grey Cup halftime show be? Not a show, just pick one act.
A dream?
Sorry, not dream. Who would you want to see at the halftime show?
Let's go with Drake.
Official.
Let's go with Drake.
Give me Mariana's Trench. Bieber did the halftime show and they booed the Christ out of him. This is when he was young and singing Baby and
Okay, so on Sunday,
bunch of banjo pickers in Saskatchewan just yelling at him.
-3, Derek. -3. Okay. Not even that bad.
Chilly. Yeah.
They could go play the game in Buffalo.
They're gonna pound the rock. Yeah.
But
we're moving the game, boys.
There might be a light snow happening, so that's fine.
Even better. Might be. I hope so.
Yeah,
exactly.
I don't like blizzards because you see the game directly be affected, but a wee bit of snow falling is
perfect.
Yeah, for sure.
I remember
it's slushy.
Yeah. When we were kids, I always remember the West Finals. There'd always be snow because it'd be out in Calgary or Edmonton.
Like I remember I seen a Grey Cup here. Well, half a Grey Cup because I snuck in at halftime.
Nice.
The Bombers played BC. BC played the Alouettes, and I watched Anthony Calvillo lose a Grey Cup, man. Fuck. And then when BC was holding the cup up in the middle of the field, the cup fucking broke into 2 pieces. Oh, that was crazy. That was a good fucking
You just
day.
hear a voice. Tabarnak.
Oh fuck, it was funny. It was funny, man.
Any picks for MVP, boys?
MVP
Yeah.
of that?
Yeah.
Very easy. Andrew Harris.
If he wins.
Yeah, well, yeah, if he wins, and that's obviously that's who I'm going to choose because that's what I'm going for Toronto, right? And I just think that he just wants to make a statement against his old team. He came back from the heart injury. He,
Yeah.
He's out for the vengeance. And I don't know if you heard, but he just had a child too. He had a little girl.
Oh,
yeah. And
daddy strength.
That just puts more, juice in the cup.
I don't even want to Andrew Harris is a great football player, and that's all I'm gonna say about him. He's a great football player. That's it.
Cool.
And then I don't know, for me, I think it's gonna be MVP is gonna be that Showen kid, that rookie receiver for the Bombers who's been fucking lighting it up, leads the league in receiving yards and everything. I think that kid's gonna. Yep, he's getting it, man.
That's a tasty pick. I like that.
I mean, I don't know if there's ever been a receiver to win an MVP ever.
We'll find out.
Oh yeah, someone pulled that up.
Pretty hard. I don't think that ever happens though. I think it's usually a quarterback or a running back, usually, or a defensive player.
Maybe defense. Yeah, well, defensive. No, I think there's only been a couple, and one of them was a Winnipeg Blue Bomber years ago. Why can't I remember his name right now, man? Shit, he was one of our best D-backs too, man.
All right.
Oh, what the fuck?
You guys ready?
Yeah, man.
It happens more than you think. I think. Caleros, Harrows, Burris, slot back.
Not a wide receiver.
2010, Jamel Richardson, slot back, Montreal Alouettes.
Jamal, yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And then 2010, so that's 12 years ago.
And then before that, it was 1991.
Wow. Woo! So
do you guys want to guess who it was?
Tracy Ham.
No, he's running.
91. No, they weren't there.
A wide receiver, bro. A wide receiver. So what year, Corey? Grant?
1991. He's a massive name.
Oh, Ishmael.
Yeah, Rocket Ishmael.
Rocket Ishmael. Fuck yeah.
1994.
That one's for you, Forzy. That one's for you. Forzy's a huge Toronto Argonauts fan, dude, because he's from Toronto. Huge.
Couple of DBs
He's got Rocket Ishmael's jersey and everything. What's that?
Couple of DBs on here too.
Yeah.
Hey,
Johnson?
Avon Coburn, Travis Lulay.
What about Johnson?
Marcus Crandall. Danny McManus.
Yeah. He's a quarterback. Oh, he's a quarterback, isn't he?
Mm-hmm. Kent Austin.
Calgary.
Yeah. Austin, yeah, I remember.
So now
Austin
we're going way back. So wide receivers win it.
McManus played last for Hamilton, Cundo.
Yeah. And he coached a bunch.
I'm just saying, as you can see, it's very rare.
Mm-hmm.
Two receivers in the last 20 plus years.
Yeah.
I like the underdog. I'm going for it.
All right, you do it, brother.
Boom. And I'm going to take the kicker of the Blue Bombers. If it's gonna be cold and the ball's not gonna move very well, if he hits 3 field goals, including one late, I think that's enough to get the MVP.
He fucking missed single pointers last week, man.
Probably, but I chose the Blue Bombers to win, and if they're gonna win, I think they're gonna have to kick the ball. And if he's kicking the ball well,
no,
he
fair
wins the
enough.
MVP.
Fair enough. All
What's his name? Cool. Do you know his name?
Grant likes any player.
Legio. Legio.
Legio?
Yeah.
The man has leg in his name?
Yeah, man.
All right.
He's good, bro. He's all right. I mean, he's gotten better. The season before we used horrible. But anyway, he stepped it up.
Fellas, you guys want to add anything more before we close out this CFL slam down / Grey Cup preview?
Yeah, I do. I just want to say I'm excited for a few teams next year, that had showed some promise this year.
Mm-hmm.
There's and then big name being moved to Hamilton. That's pretty exciting. I'm excited to see it. I like change.
That's a great name, Bo Levi Mitchell. Hell yeah!
Right? Can't get any more fucking American than that, bro.
Shout out to our boy Brad Chartrand. He named his boy Levi.
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
I really hope that the league possibly, steps it up a little bit financially and be able to invest a little bit more into their team.
I think we need
so that we can bring a better product to to Canada.
Oh,
Not forget about
that's
the
what I
individual
wanted
team,
to tell you. Sorry, that's what I wanted to say earlier. If you put another 10 million a year each team into the league to bring in bigger and better players, maybe it improves the product, but then the stakes are a lot higher and the risk is a lot higher.
Prices of tickets go up and shit, dude.
For sure.
And you know what? People in Saskatchewan will pay it because they have nothing else to go watch.
Yes,
but life is so expensive right now.
Hold on, let me finish this. So, if they put more money in, the product may be better. Or you revert to something that is more uniquely Canadian. The rosters have to be 80% Canadian. Tons of Canadian kids. It's gonna drop in value like crazy, but you're fostering a better environment for Canadian kids to grow.
Nobody will watch the game. Nobody will watch.
You gotta. That's like when the CFL put the CFL in America.
Mm-hmm.
There was like Baltimore, the only fucking city to support it,
right.
And then they moved and became Montreal.
So then
the only American team that won a Grey Cup too,
Baltimore,
man.
Yeah.
Only American team.
And they became
Baltimore,
the Owls.
Yep. The Stallions. Yep.
We're the Stallions.
Yep.
The Montreal Reds and the Baltimore Stallions. So then we're gonna pump a ton of money into it. Let's go. Look, I want to see the CFL flourish. Just because sometimes we're hard on the people we love. You know, sometimes you got to be a little critical to hopefully it grows and becomes the big beautiful thing we want it to be.
Okay, so before COVID, Halifax had fucking guys who were interested in investing into putting a team there. Mm-hmm. COVID hit, they fucking shut the league down, and then this guy who runs the league now, Ambrosi, whatever the fuck his name is. Wrong dude to be running this league, man. Wrong dude.
Why would you invest into another team when you could just invest more into the teams that you already have?
Because
worry about that, because all you're doing is you're adding a team and bringing in more product from the States that could go to possibly that team and that team and that team, opposed to bringing in the talent that we have in the States and maybe give them $10 million.
Because that's how you grow. But that's how you grow a product, man.
But we don't have a product right now.
The East Coast has been deserving a team for fucking decades, bro.
But we don't. We're struggling though. Why would we add something?
This is why we didn't do it, because we weren't struggling at first. COVID hit, and we decided to shut the fucking season off. Bad mistake.
They've been struggling a lot longer than you think, Corey.
I know, but they went really bad when they shut that season down. Like, they fucked up doing that. But that's another thing. I don't want to talk about how broken the CFL is. No. I like the game. I enjoy the game. I like the talent that's there. I'm okay. It would be nice to see more than 9 teams. It'd be nice to see even 10. And maybe even get rid of the East and West altogether and just the top fucking, 6 teams go or something crazy like that. But again, that's another day for another talk for another day. So whatever. But I'm going Bombers. You're going Toronto. It's going to be head-to-head bumping. It's going to be good. Derek, I'll be talking to you all day Sunday watching the game.
Hang on, if I could just touch on that quickly for 1 second. Halifax will sustain itself. Halifax will not lose money if they put a team there. Halifax, they'll sell at the stadium.
And you want to hear something crazy?
They're going to make all their money off concessions. There's going to be a TV deal for out that ways. They're going to local channels will probably show it. It's going to be really, really good for the league without the league taking a ton of risk, because the guys bringing the team in are taking the majority of the risk because they're putting up all the bread, right?
But you only have a certain amount of bread that you're allowed to have. And
how many
players can you bring from the States to Canada that actually want to play in the CFL, which is not very many. They all want to make their money down in the US. So any American team, any American player that comes up to Canada, let them go to the teams that we have currently right now, the teams that are struggling, like Montreal that has a hard time selling. Toronto, they didn't even sell it for the East Final. That's sad, man. They didn't even sell out their stadium. The stadium is not big either.
That's Ren and Nate
it's 30,000, buddy. It's the MLS stadium. It's 30,000 people there, bro.
But that's not a lot, though, Corey.
It's not Skydome.
That's huge for the CFL, bro.
What does Saskatchewan do?
30.
Okay. So
Bombers 30.
What was the Toronto attendance on Saturday? I would love to know.
20,000, I believe. That's the highest they had all year. I know. Derek, listen. The problem. This is the problem.
Ren and Nate drove out for the game.
Shit.
Ren and Nate drove from Montreal to go support the Owls out in Toronto.
I know.
But I'm just saying they did it, but 20,000 is not a lot.
No, it's not. So check this out, though.
And
the problem is,
there's probably Owl fans there too.
Listen, so they're owned by like a Toronto Sporting.
Well said, Cundo. There was probably a ton of Owls fans there too. So imagine if the Owls fans don't roll up to the game, it's even emptier.
For sure. For
so
sure.
50,000 Toronto people.
They're only averaging like 11,000 a game, man. It's sad.
That's sad.
But you want to know why? Because
the Argonauts
they don't
have a bit of a legacy, like Flutie pinball, like
the city doesn't promote it though, man. You don't fucking see when you're in Winnipeg, it's on city buses. It's fucking everywhere, dude. When you're in BC, it's there.
Corey,
like in Toronto, they don't do it. They don't do it.
But you know why? Because they have the Raptors. They have MLS. They have the Leafs. They have 4 teams. You think they're going to promote?
And I'll tell you why. You want to know why? Because the same sporting group that owns the fucking football team owns the Toronto Raptors. They don't give a fuck. They don't care about the Argos at all. Well, it's sad.
Also, though, you know, Toronto's the 4th biggest city in North America, I believe.
Something like that.
Behind Chicago, LA, and New York. And so imagine what billboard space costs. Imagine what bus space costs. Like, what does it cost to advertise in a city like Toronto? That is massive. No. What I'm saying is, are the Argos going to put up that money in their advertising budget for that?
The Toronto fucking Raptors group owns them, guy. They got cake. Oh, yeah. It's a joke in Toronto. They don't fucking spend money on the Argos.
Is there a salary cap in the CFL?
Yeah, 5.4 million.
5.4 million. So whether you have cake or not, you still have to respect the
No, but you could still spend you could still spend to advertise, dude. That has nothing to do with salary cap. That's just player money. That's just player money.
So to go back to my point, if you're not putting a product on the field, what's the point of going to the game?
Toronto is though. That's the sad part.
Okay. So
if you don't promote it, you're not gonna know.
So let's say, for example, a team in the NFL cuts a receiver. He's out. No one. He goes on waivers. Nobody claims him. What would be smart is if someone in the CFL be like, "Come up here. We'll pay you $1 million," and you cut, or let's say $500,000, and you have a product. You're bringing, or whether it's a quarterback. I mean, like,
and this is why.
You know how many quarterbacks that?
Derek, hold on. This is why 5.4 mil. Your quarterback's making probably anywhere from like 4 to
200,000 maybe.
No. Bo Levi Mitchell's a $500,000 quarterback, buddy.
Really?
And he's probably the best one. That's probably the highest paid, actually.
He is, but I'm just saying, like,
AC was making $1 million.
Yeah, but that's with his endorsement.
You just need the best.
That's salary. He was making $1 million in salary.
No, impossible. There was no way they were paying their fucking other players then, bro. There's no way. Your top fucking 4 players that get paid, okay, are your quarterback, your running back, your star receiver, and your fucking middle linebacker. That's how it usually works out in the CFL, man. And right there is probably like fucking $1.5 million, $2 million. Probably more than $2 million, man. They're all making 6 figures.
Cundo, are you looking it up? What AC made in his most paid?
No, I don't care about AC because AC did make $1 million. I want to see what Bevel Thompson was making right now. And to be honest with you, they're not even saying how much he made because it's not relevant. Because I don't even think that he made more than 200. Oh, he made 600,000.
It's a nice
645,000. 645,000.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So
that's a good chunk. That's a good chunk of your money to one player, bro.
In 2013, AC made $400,000 a year.
Okay, imagine he was the best of the best at that time.
And then the endorsements, like, fuck, AC was like a god in Montreal. You know what I mean? So like, and that's like Zach Claros here, man. Like, the fucking fans love him.
I think he's still around. I think he still lives in Montreal.
So I guess what I was saying to you earlier is just add another $5 million to the salary cap, man.
They don't have.
Don't tell me that these guys don't have. No, don't say that. They have the money. The owners have money.
Well, yes, I know, but they're not going to do that, dude. They won't do that. They won't. Like I said, we are the owners of our team.
But there's a reason why we're struggling.
And the Bombers.
The TFL is going to go down again, man. I'm telling you right now, it's struggling. And I mean, like I said,
I know it is.
On the radio.
I know it is.
Like, these guys are the owners. We don't even have an owner. Like, we don't even have an owner.
Yeah, we do. It's that Ambrosi guy. Oh, of
We
your
don't.
football team, yeah, I know.
No,
I know.
we don't have an owner. Like I don't even know who owns our team.
Montreal is a product is shit. Like I don't know what is going on over there, man. I don't know what happened to that franchise. Like I really don't. I remember when there was a fucking waiting list, man, for years to get tickets to a fucking game, man. Years. It was nuts.
Because we were in the Big O, and trust me, you cannot sell at the Big O.
No, I'm talking once they moved to McGill, you couldn't get season tickets, man. It was nuts. It was crazy, dude. Like I've been to McGill. It's a beautiful it's got that, but I mean, it's nothing special.
There's
a ton sit on a fucking bench.
There's a ton of movement in the CFL now. Nobody, unless you're a pretty decent sized name, sticks around. Players are moving consistently. You always have new Americans coming in. You always have the best guys leaving other teams bouncing around. There's no consistency. But when Montreal had that incredible run, the early run, and then the later run in the 10s, I think it was in the early 10s.
Something like that.
There was consistency with the roster. The Chip Coxes, the David Sanchez's, the faces you knew that were on the team all the time. You knew they were going to be there forever. You know, the Bowmans, this guy, that guy.
That's
obviously
right now,
Ben Cahoon and whatever. But, like, you knew there was consistency throughout the roster. And the CFL today, there's no consistency. And in Montreal, like, we had it good for 12, 13 years. Like, we got to fall off eventually. Like, it's just been rough for the last little while. And if there's no one to support, the fans aren't going to come out. We love the Owls, but like if they're scrap, it's tough to get down to the games, you know.
Yeah, see, it's not fucking hockey. Win or lose, fucking fans.
You know what though? You know what? And
the Canadians are an embarrassing product compared to the Alouettes over the last 20 years.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? And this town will support them with impunity forever until the end of time. You know, if you look at the success of the Alouettes versus the success of the Canadians, and I know it's insane to try to compare the two, but like, did the Owls ever finish dead last? Because I think the Canadians have, or close to.
Yeah, but last year. The Canadians is all corporate. Like 90% of the people that their tickets are already sold before the.
No. But I'm saying as a fan, if I look at the success of the Canadians and the success of the Owls have done better than the Habs lately. Obviously, it's a different product.
Yeah,
completely.
Yeah, all I'm saying,
a lot less teams and a lot less like, and so okay.
But
so
the Owls have lifted trophies, right? What do you want to be in a stadium watching the Owls lift a trophy? Somebody lift a trophy. Sorry, go ahead.
What I want to say is that you made up a very good point. So let's bring up the Canadians. So again, as a league, they care about where they can make money. Okay, so Bettman, as an example. Since he's been in charge, no Canadian teams has won a Stanley Cup. Why? Because all the money is in the U.S. So they want to keep the interest going in the U.S. If a Canadian team wins a Stanley Cup, do you think someone in Anaheim is going to sit there and watch the Stanley Cup? No, they're not. But if Anaheim's in the finals, you're going to get that fan base. So to come back to what I was going to say about the
Los
CFL,
Angeles,
for example,
it's funny you say Anaheim and Los Angeles is a insanely huge television market, and for years the NFL was being fucking ridiculed. Like, why don't you have teams in one of the biggest markets in the world? So the fact that you're talking about a TV market like Anaheim not watching hockey, it hurts.
Yeah, absolutely.
So sorry, continue your thought.
Go back to what I was saying about the CFL now. So if Montreal wins the Grey Cup, do you think a guy in Saskatchewan's going to sit there and watch the Grey Cup?
Yes.
No, but
Saskatchewan.
No,
but not in BC. A guy in BC is not watching the Grey Cup.
So what I was trying to say is, wait. When was the last time that Eastern team won the Grey Cup? The fact that we have to think about that just goes to show you where the diversity.
Toronto, 2017.
Okay, right. So imagine that 5 years ago, Eastern team won. So what I'm trying to say is that's where the money is, because in out east here we already have the Raptors, we have the Canadians, we have the Leafs, we have so much teams out here that you guys don't have that out there. So your interest, your heart, your passion, your love is for the CFL, because that's all really what you guys have. Yes, you have the Jets, you have the Flames,
I just think your cities are just whatever, more into bigger leagues, right? They don't care about fucking minor league shit.
2017 and 2016. Toronto won in 17 and the Red Blacks won in 16.
Yep.
Okay, so that's 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm. I know. Yep, I know.
Right. I guess what I'm trying to say is the league is desperate for money, and that I'm 100% sure that they make more money out west than they do out east.
I have no idea. I don't know. But I'll tell you right now. First off, this all got started because of Halifax. Listen, to be honest, I didn't think Halifax should get the team. You know who should? If there was a team to come here and they could support it, and I know they can, fan-wise anyways.
Don't say Quebec Nordiques.
Quebec City. They have 20,000 show up to a fucking Rouget Or game, bro. That's college ball in Canada. 20,000 show up to a Rouget Or game, bro. Every home game.
Yeah, but you know what? That's 20,000. Yeah, but that's 20,000 university students that go in for free.
Nah, I don't think so, Derek. You pay to go to football games, man.
I
pay to go see a Bison's game here, bro. Don't tell me, man. Come on.
When you're a student, you don't pay.
You don't pay if you're a student.
Or you pay like $5 or something. You don't.
Oh, it's cheap. It's fucking dirt cheap. It's dirt cheap.
So you don't pay the premium price to go watch an Alouettes game at $45, $50, whatever it is. You know,
like an Alabama ticket is worth $1,000 every single week, guaranteed. Do you think these college kids are paying that?
No, but they're not paying. No, they're not paying that at all. Actually, the students have a section. They're allowed that section, and then they have a section for the fans like me and you that can sit there.
When my cousin played for the University of Vermont, there was a student section where all the kids were able to sit.
Exactly, and where they pay practically nothing to go to the games because they're students, obviously, right? But and I'm pretty sure there's a list you have to be on to go to those games too. It's not like you can just say I'm going to this game.
Quebec City likes their football, but how much are they going to like their football when there's a bunch of English-speaking Americans in their town and they suck because they're a brand new expansion team? It's not the kids at Laval. It's not the team they've loved that won 1 million championships. This is an expansion team. They'll just flat stop going.
Yeah,
I'm not trying to characterize people who live in Quebec City as all hateful or anything like that.
You know that
they're going to need a ton of French kids on the team, right? To identify, to like, oh, let's go cheer for that guy.
Well, fuck, there's a lot of the Rouget Or is like one of the top schools you get drafted from if you.
I got a couple of buddies who played there. It's the it is the premier program in Canada, I believe.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, maybe not today, but St. Mary's was big for a while.
But I mean, again, there's it's crazy because college ball in Canada, they're everywhere. Like, it's fucking nuts. It's actually, anyway. All I know is that fucking Derek, come Sunday, it's gonna be a good game. Bombers, Argos, and go Blue, go, bro.
All right.
Blue, go.
Cundo, anything else?
That's all I know.
All right. Well, for Corey Chan out in Winnipeg, for Cundo here in Montreal, I'm Don the Jeweler. Stay safe. Take care of each other. Watch the Grey Cup on Sunday.
Yes.
And say goodnight to the bad guys. Cundo, thanks for coming out. We appreciate you, buddy.
Blue, go!